Welcome to the Students Forum, ma'am. Thank you so much for taking your valuable time and joining this forum to help our students understand the importance of education and many other aspects that you would be sharing today. I know you come from the educational background and you have over 2 decades of extensive experience in the field of education. So, ma'am, my first question to you is, what is your perspective on today's educational system?
Thank you very much, Wasim, for calling me. It is my pleasure sharing my insights with you. Education, to me, in my view, is a force that has alighted a man to become a best creation of Almighty. It is a remarkable, human beings are remarkable creation of Almighty, and education makes this difference. Actually, education is a force that can change human life, that can change the course of a human future. When we see, not all are born, when we see around the society, not every individual is born with the silver spoon in their mouth.
Right.
There are many who did not inherit family wealth, property. For those individuals, for those unprivileged, though I don't call them unprivileged, for those individual, less privileged individual, only education comes as respite. So education is a tool with which they can change their future.
Right.
Okay. Apart from this financial uplift, education, true education to me is overall development, like holistic development, how a man behaves in the society, how they take care of society, and how they take care of natural resources, get benefited from them, and give them back. Education is all about discipline in the life. Education is all about values, our faith, our belief. So, to me, true education is not just academic. Leaving the academic domain, there are many things just means makes a man educated, right? Right. So there is difference between getting graduated and getting educated. Okay, when you are graduated, when you are getting some degree, when your level of qualification is being measured, graduation, post graduation, doctorate, post doctorate. But for me, education is the man who is taking care of his livelihood, who very efficiently, whether he is graduated or not, and he is benefiting the society.
Right.
And with whom there is no vices, he is not giving any vices to the society. That person is educated. Okay, so there is misconception like the person who can speak well, who has good degrees from good colleges are educated. No, the well-behaved person, a gentleman, is educated.
Okay, fantastic. I like the way you explain everything on education, and I think your perspective is very, very valid, and I truly echo what you said, ma'am. At the same time, you also defined what true education is all about, and you did call out a lot of amazing qualities an educated individual should have. It's not about having degrees, but of course it's all about how the individual behaves. It's all about how an individual carries his life, supports the family, supports the community, supports the society, and of course represents the country in a very, very good way at the international levels. I think overall that's a great perspective. Thank you so much for sharing that perspective. And my next question is, how does learning progress in different stages? Because, learning is a lifelong process, and learning is a continuous and never-ending process. And one has to get educated until the last breath. And now, considering you really come from the educational background, having 20 plus years of educational experience, according to you, how do you think the learning process, exists in different stages?
Yes, there is a saying, a man stops living when he stops learning.
True.
When a man stops to learn things, he began to die. The
Mhm.
Socrates, the great philosopher, he was just reading a book when he was on his deathbed. Okay,
Mhm.
there was no chance of his survival. The doctors asked him, "Why are you reading?" So
Right.
he said, "This is the thing that kept me alive. So I wanted to do until I die." So that was the message he gave to the society. That is the message. The legacy should go on. So we should keep on living until we die. So the best way of living is to live by learning. And
Right.
when I talk about the education system in India, the curriculum of India is framed in such a way that it
Mhm.
aligns with the development, physical development, and mental development of the child. But unfortunately, many teachers and schools are not following it. But the system is aligned with the
Yes.
development. Like first stage we see is the foundational stage. Okay,
Mhm.
the child is like a clay, a wet clay. Whatever is
Right.
been put is been impressed there. So
Mhm.
whatever the child learns in this foundational years, like 2 years to 5 years or 6 years, it may extend. Whatever they are learning, it is going into their primary memory. It
Yes.
will last lifelong. So at that stage, the learning should all about the memorizing.
Mhm.
Okay. Then you follow the rote learning method. We call it rote learning. No
Right.
logic is involved. So it is our duty to expose the child to as many as languages,
Mhm.
as many as the words, new words, like nouns,
Right.
okay, vocabulary, multiplication table, okay. And then you can add your own suras or shlokas.
Mhm.
That the child see no logic at all, then they just keep see the things and they remember the name.
Right.
Okay, when they see yellow ball like thing, they should say
Mhm.
lemon. Fine. So this is the stage when we should not force them to hold the pencil and write the things.
Right.
Okay, that is the wrong method of teaching that is being carried on. As soon
Mhm.
as the child enters in school, the first thing parents wants them to write the things when mentally child is not developed to hold the pencil.
Right.
Okay, this is the oral stage. Okay, somehow in later stage there is no child that cannot write ABCD. They
Right.
will write. We need to have that patience. Okay, let them grow with the flow.
Mhm.
So oral learning is very important in this stage. As we move on to next stage, it is preparatory stage, where the child, whatever he has learned in this pre-foundational stage,
Mhm.
he tries to connect the things,
Right.
connect the new learning with his previous learning. Like I gave the example of lemon. When
Mhm.
they taste lemon, it is sour, right? When they eat anything sour, they reconnect with lemon. Okay, here
Right.
they find some logic. Okay, this is the stage when we can introduce them with small writing, slide,
Mhm.
standing line, that strokes and all. We can start with them, and we can ask them to memorize, introduce the mathematical operations like addition, subtractions, sentence formation.
Right.
Okay, because they already know the words. Now they have to connect the different words. Okay,
True.
this is the right stage to make them learn that, teach them that. Then
Right.
we move to a pre-advanced stage. They have already known the words, they have already known the mathematical operations or sentence formation. Now the logic, they apply the logic, same logic. Then the, for example, if I am taking maths as a subject, they know mathematical operation now. Now they can solve more advanced problem like words problem. They can analyze. Earlier, they what they were doing, we were asking them to do addition, they were doing addition.
Right.
Now, if you give a situation, they analyze the situation and they choose what operation to be applied, like addition, subtraction, or multiplication. So as we move to next stage, it is just like linear progression. Whatever they have learned now, and the more advanced and complex things they begin to learn. This is around higher classes, six,
Right.
seven, eight. After that comes the stage of advanced level,
Mhm.
when the child should know their weakness and strength. They should know what stream they should take. Okay, by
Right.
this time, parents should be knowing what they want to pursue as their career, and they should help them with that. They should explore more areas where they can go into, the colleges they can try, the
Right.
examination they can write to achieve their interest, okay, their
Mhm.
field of interest. So this is very beautifully designed by Indian system. This has to be followed by parents, this has to be followed by teachers, by all schools. But
Mhm.
unfortunately this is not being taken in Indian system. When I say this, there is a process of learning. In short form, it is LSRW:
Mhm.
listening, speaking, reading, and writing.
Everything.
What is being followed is writing comes first, then
Mhm.
listening comes last.
Right.
So if we go against the nature of development, we may not
Mhm.
get success. So let us
Absolutely.
go with the flow, that
Mm.
Indian system should be following this. Teachers basically should be trained to learn about the psychology, human
Mhm.
psychology, student psychology, learner psychology, and they should teach in that way.
Right. Very well explained, ma'am. Thank you so much. I think I also learned something new today. The different stages, starting with the oral stage, and then comes the preparation stage, then pre-advanced stage, linear stage, and of course the advanced stages. Right. So these are the very important stages. I think the you also spoke about the different levels of learning. So that is listening, then reading, then writing, and what is the other stage, ma'am?
Preparatory is LSRW:
Read, yeah, listening,
listening, speaking, reading, and
speaking,
writing.
reading, and writing. I think, no doubt, the educational system is already defined based on the practical, methodologies that's been proven. And I think somewhere I feel there is a gap in the, not in the educational system, but of course the way the institutions are maybe training or coaching, mentoring, and then teaching the students when the educational institutions they follow the system that is already defined. I think the level of understanding will be much better, especially in the students, right? So, and no doubt their knowledge level will enhance, their listening, reading, then speaking and writing skills will be very well advanced. I know there is a huge gap there. A lot of students who are even in the high school, they are not able to read properly. They are not able to
Yes,
write properly.
it's
And
very
most
unfortunate,
importantly, they are not
unfortunate
able to.
situation.
Yeah, that's a very unfortunate situation. And I know there are a lot of people who are, trying to find this gap, and they know there is a gap, and they're trying to find a solution and then proposing solutions to a lot of institutions. And those who could not make a student to read and write in the last few years, I think those individuals, they are doing a fantastic job in applying those strategies and helping the students to learn in a month. And that's a very surprising result that they are creating. Anyways, I think the challenges are always there, and it's the educational system or the institutions who have to take follow the right approach, I would say. And it's very important to also uh, train the teachers on these methods and help them
Yes,
apply these
yes.
strategies when it comes to delivering the training session. Now, ma'am, we did start our discussion with the educational system itself, and it's and we're talking about a system, right? And the system is a combination of multiple factors, multiple things, and a lot of people come into picture. It starts with the educational institution itself, who are the ones who drive the educational formats, the educational uh, methods, and many other factors. And of course, it starts with them. Then the people who drive the system itself is none other than the teachers, and then comes the parents. And there is a saying, ek haath se thali nahi bacha we cannot do that.
Yes.
Nahi kar sakte, it's not possible. But two hands should come together to create a fantastic result. And let's talk about the role of a teacher in the 21st century, because now we're in the age of information, and information is growing drastically. It's the age of innovation, it's the age of problems, it's the age of technology, and it's the age of lot of other things. And whatever happened in the last 100 years, I think we're living in the age where the same kind of results is being generated in the span of, I would say, in just 5 years, maybe in the 10 years. The pace has advanced 10 times. So according to you, ma'am, I know you have been dealing with hundreds, thousands of teachers in the last 20 years, and now in the age of 21st century. According to you, what do you think is the most important skill set, or what do you think that teachers should actually focus, and what kind of skill sets they should demonstrate, and what kind of a vision or maybe a goal they should, start with?
So teaching actually is a tall responsibility, Vasim.
Right.
A teacher is not only responsible to the individual who are sitting in their classes, they are directly, indirectly responsible to minimum three generations, right? Their
True.
parents, they themselves, their life, their future, and the future family of them, then the society whom they will be contributing. So teaching is not just teaching, it is you're carrying a big responsibility on your shoulders.
Right.
And the prerequisite, as you said, as you asked me about the prerequisite of teaching, should be dedication and passion. Okay.
Mhm.
If this is missing, you're not doing justice to your profession.
Right.
I have seen many teachers who are just coming to the school just to pass on the time,
Right.
just to draw the salary, or
Mm.
keep themselves away from their families, or
Right.
just to wear new dresses daily. I have come across a case where the teacher said, told me the reason why she is coming is she has to get up daily and come. So
Mhm.
for the like of this, there is no place in teaching. If
Mm.
you are dedicated only, then only you should join. Otherwise, you're not doing justice with the future. You're not doing justice to the country at large.
Absolutely. They are the nation builders, and then the future of the nation is none other than the students. And if
Yes.
they have that kind of a mindset, ultimately they end up, um, I think they are contributing to not a good nation building.
Society in a negative way. Okay, they
Absolutely.
are hindering the progress. They
Yeah.
are responsible. They are answerable. This job is not like you're dealing with the machineries or you're dealing with some software
Yes.
system. You're dealing with human lives at
Yeah.
large. You should be very, very careful in this. You
Right.
should be very responsible, very passionate, and empathetic to carry on this duty in a manner it is meant to be.
Absolutely.
Right. And then the subject knowledge comes. With the subject knowledge, your communication skill. Subject knowledge, like if I'm telling subject knowledge, it is if you're teaching fifth grade English or science, you should be well versed up to seventh grade.
Right.
Okay, it should be 2 years advanced, because
Mhm.
you never know the children what kind of questions they will be asking, what kind of doubts they will be asking with you. So subject knowledge is again very, very important. Your communication skills, because everything is available on internet nowadays, all the information is very handy.
Right.
What difference you are giving to them? Okay, same thing they can learn at home using their devices.
Yes.
What difference you are giving to them? You're calling them at one place. What is the
Mhm.
productivity? What is the enhancement in the knowledge you are giving to them? That
Right.
is more important. And then the teacher should continuously learn the things in better way. As you said it, rightly said, that the world is changing at the pace we never imagined,
Yes.
right? This, I think, I don't know about the next level of improvements and technological enhancement, but this is the
Right.
maximum what I could have seen. So if the teacher is not learning, they are going behind. They
Yes.
cannot keep up the pace with the mentality of children. Now the children are very, very smart. The
No doubt.
maybe nature has given them that sense, so
Yes.
we cannot underestimate them. So we have to be two steps ahead of
Mhm.
them. If to overcome this gap, they have to continuously learn the things, new scientific things, new technologies. Okay, if they are not upgrading themselves, they will become stagnant.
True.
Okay, they cannot progress with the child's mind.
Right.
So it is very important for the teacher to take up the trainings, attend to as many as webinars. Everything is available now. It is
Yes.
just you need to have that mindset. You need to have that growth mindset. You should leave the things behind. And usually what I have seen in senior teachers, that I have been teaching in the same way since 10 years, since 20 years. So they want to go with same thing. So there they are hindering their own promotions and all. So a
Right.
good teacher is a good learner, and they need to upgrade themselves with the skills, the qualification. If the teacher is joining an institute as a graduate teacher, in 4 5 years he should be postgraduate, because there are so
Right.
many correspondence courses that are coming up. And then there are competitive exam like CTET,
Mm-hmm.
UGC net is giving. So you can enhance your qualification and can increase your qualification while you're doing the job. Okay. What
Right.
I think is, a teacher who is joining as a primary teacher is retiring as a primary teacher is not done
Yep.
justice to her
Yep.
profession also.
True.
Okay, a teacher joining as a primary teacher, then during the tenure of primary teacher she should enhance her skill, and
Mm-hmm.
she should be promoted to high school. Then she should take up a job at admin, become a
Yes.
vice principal or coordinators, and retired as a principal. So that way even their progress is being enhanced, and their package, the salary package will grow. So it is win-win situation for students, for the institute, and for the teacher's own profession as well. So a
Absolutely.
good teacher should be uh, going with the technology, going with the
Right.
face of
Right.
society. Okay.
Yeah, I think great thoughts, ma'am. I think it's all about the change, right? So because change is inevitable, so change is expected at every stage, and especially with the teachers, I know there is a huge gap, and like you said rightly, they just want to teach the way they are teaching and then leave. And of course, a lot of teachers they come to the institutions and they don't have a vision, and they don't have kind of an aspiration, dedication, commitment, or even the discipline, and they don't even worry about the future of the students. Unfortunately, I think that's the saddest thing. And more than
There are
learning,
many who are dedicated as well, but
no, no,
we have the mix of that.
absolutely
And at one point, the administration, college, school, institute managements are, they are not able to judge their dedication, right? In
true.
one demo, the process is they apply for the job, so we see the demo. In
Yes,
one demo we cannot make out. So as the time grows, we know what the quality of the teachers are. By the
right.
time we realize, we don't get other teachers. So
Very
that
true.
is the difficult situation for institute as well. But I want to add one more thing, like teaching has become very challenging.
Right.
Like teaching has taken, earlier the teaching was only academic domain.
True.
They were given one subject, they had to teach that subject. By the end of academic year, they have to finish and take the
Mhm.
formative assessments, then summative assessment, and they have to produce a result. That was the only job the teachers were
Right.
doing. Now it has changed, from it has taken from abstract domain also.
Mhm.
Like they are not into teaching, they are into many administration work.
Right.
They are into collection of fees. That is very
Mhm.
sad affair. A teacher should not be put to do that work.
Right.
Then they are into taking the admission, how well they are good at admitting the students, how well they are to manage the events.
Mhm.
Whereas the B.Ed, if they are doing the course of B.Ed, do not teach them this marketing skill,
Right.
right? They do not teach them to conduct a sports day or to conduct
Right.
annual day. So teachers nowadays is doing multitask. Okay,
Right.
that is very lethal. That is very
True.
lethal, because teachers' energy is being diverted into some unproductive things.
Absolutely.
So this is the problem even the teachers are facing, and their efficiency is very,
It's
what do you call
reducing.
it,
Yeah.
intangible, right?
Absolutely.
If I am giving my services, how my services are being measured? Okay,
Exactly.
A teacher may be a best teacher in the world,
Mhm.
cannot teach, cannot guarantee result if the learners are not taking from them. Okay,
Absolutely.
so it is two way. So when we see the teacher has not given result, we if we are blaming the teachers, it is not right. Okay,
Yes.
so the intangibility is making their efforts very very. We are not. What do you say that we cannot compliment them what good they are doing,
Right.
because we cannot measure their dispersal of services.
Yeah, very
Right.
true. And I have been observing a lot of teachers, and my wife itself is a teacher, high school teacher. And I know when she asked me, hey, you know what, I really want to, you know, teach students, the first thing I said is, if you're dedicated, committed, and if you can bring in the positive change in the students and then contribute in their dreams, in achieving their goals, then you can go for it. And I have seen personally, she's highly dedicated, committed, and she really works very, very hard when it comes to uplifting the students, when it comes to helping them understand the concepts in depth. It's, you know, the deep level of knowledge is what she imparts. I think there is a, again, there is a bigger gap here. Like you rightly said, it's a combination of everything, right? So not all teachers are bad, not all teachers are good. It's a combination of everything. Let's focus on the positivity. And when it comes to the teachers learning, enhancing their knowledge, at the same time, it's also very, very important to find different ways of teaching. It's really important because, you know, we have so many ways of teaching, especially in today's generation, in today's world. We can leverage on the technology, we can leverage on the different modes of teaching, so that, like you said, today's kids are very, very smart, because, you know, the information is flowing from everywhere, and they can access information on the tip of fingers, and they are to some extent, they are smarter than teachers. And if the teachers are not spending enough time to upgrade themselves, to find different approaches or methods or ways of delivering the training sessions, most importantly, if they are not engaging the students, students will not learn. It's all about, more about engaging the students and then helping them understand the concepts in depth. I think that's a very, very important aspect of teaching in today's world. Ma'am, thank you so much. I think we discussed a lot of items, especially when it comes to the teachers, because they are the nation builders, and you spoke about their mindset, you spoke about their level of understanding of the subject, you spoke about the extracurricular activities they are engaged, unfortunately, which is not really a good thing, because that is definitely impacting the overall experience when it comes to delivering the training or teaching the students itself. I think there is one big disadvantage for them, because they sometimes get overwhelmed doing these extracurricular activities. There should be some kind of a discipline in the institutions where they can bring in dedicated individuals, and then they can allow the teachers, give the freedom to enhance their level of knowledge, enhance their level of teaching methods, and so on. I'm sure a lot of institutions are doing, and those who are not doing, I think they really need to think about it seriously, because they are also playing a very, very important role in uplifting the students' dreams and goals. And if they're not able to uplift the teachers, then ultimately that is going to impact the future of the students, right? So that's something that I also request the institutions managements to take care of.
Then it is institutions' responsibility to see the moral aspect of their training, and how they are developing the individual morally. Uh, because if this foundation is missing, like if you are not imbibing them good values, if you are not strengthening their belief system,
Right.
what we may fear that we may end up creating the individual, that misguided individual who can bring more harm than good to the society. Like,
Absolutely.
to precisely, if I speak it very precisely, we may end up creating very intelligent criminals. So that is also very, very harmful to the society. So when we are imparting academic knowledge, it is very important to incorporate the moral aspect along with your teaching,
Yes.
right? How to incorporate it. It is responsibility of all the teachers. What I have seen in institution is there is one extra subject like moral values. A teacher is coming for once in a week and telling them. So this will become like some other subject, one more subject. You have
Right.
six subjects, you have one more subject. So they are seeing it as a subject. How this can be incorporated with the academics, with the regular
Mhm.
academic is, for example, if I am saying, if the teacher is teaching about nutrition science, okay,
Right.
so the food you take, it has so many nutrients,
Mhm.
right? Now at the same time they can say that wasting of food is crime. Like there are so many children who are not even getting a spoon daily, a
Absolutely.
spoon of them, a morsel in a day. So that way, if every teacher is incorporating this moral value along with their regular chapters, we can go a long way in teaching them moral values, because teacher is the one who is demonstrating the things, right?
Right.
So it is responsibility of all subject teachers. Like if they are teaching them addition and subtraction, we can also conclude our class with saying that we have to add the good values,
Right.
and we have to minus the negative deeds from our
Right.
account, okay,
Yes.
from our deed book of deeds. So same thing, if all, it is responsibility of all the teachers to imbibe those value in them,
Right.
so that we
Absolutely.
create a responsible citizen who can contribute positively to the country.
Yes,
Right.
very well said, ma'am. I think that's a very important aspect connected to the education. And of course, the teacher's primary responsibility is to impart the moral values and build the character of the students, right? So that's a very, very important. Else, no doubt, like you said, intelligent criminals, you used a very interesting word today. So I think I think they are the ones who are causing the problems in the society and the world, right? So I think the idea of the institutions and the teachers should be to create the intellectual individuals who can add value in the people's lives, in the society, community, and the world, and be the positive change makers in the society. Okay, fantastic. I think we spoke a lot about the teachers, the role and the responsibilities, the skill set, and many other aspects. Now let's talk about the parents. The parents, I think in 21st century, no doubt the parents are either busy or very, very busy, and hardly they take out of their own time and then spend time with the kids. I think they must be spending a lot of time with the mobile phones, the technology, and then they are getting distracted. But I think at the same time, there are parents who are also contributing equally and spending time with their kids and doing a great job. I think let's focus on the majority of the parents who are not able to find time for their own kids and they're not adding value in their life. But of course, see, they're doing every good thing to send them to the institution, to the tuitions, and all that stuff. But I think it's a very important um, factor that they're missing out. That is, they're not able to find time to spend time with the kids, and they don't know what the kids are doing. They don't know their level of understanding of different aspects connected to the life. In 21st century, it can be the people, the parents who are working, professionals, or the parents who are doing some kind of a job or into the business, whatever is the case. What is your advice, and what do you think is the role of a parent in 21st century, which is the century where the students are getting distracted at a huge, huge level? And what can the parents do to help them build their character, manage their time, discipline, dedication, commitment, dreaming, setting goals, and anything and everything that you can talk about, ma'am?
See, parents' role is irreplaceable, okay, and their affection is the most purest affection on the earth, I can say. Okay, there is no such thing like the parent they do not care for their children. It is not at all possible. Okay, the way when you reproduce your offspring, it is natural that is given by nature, that you are too much
Right.
concerned about them. You are affectionated to them. Okay, there is no doubt in it. And each and every, because of that affection, each and every parents wants to give the best to their children. Mm. And then all work hard, all work hard, but in spite of this, some parents do fail, because it is not the lack of love and affection, it
Mhm.
is the lack of awareness. Okay, it is lack of awareness. They don't know how to take care of them. They do not have that basic knowledge first. Then
Right.
they fail to prioritize, give the priority to the things that are beneficial. Okay,
Mhm.
and then there is so much like double income now. You don't, there is unlimited income, okay, at their disposal.
Right.
So they give them everything whenever they want it. Okay, they have never faced things like the shortage thing. Okay,
Right.
they fail to make them understand that things always don't come easily. You have to work,
Mhm.
you have to complete some tasks, and you get something. Okay,
Right.
because of this over pampering, I can say, because of this, it is affecting the growth of the children, right?
Mhm.
And they are not able to give productive times. As you have said, it's all about management. It is
Right.
all about how you are managing your time. 24 hours is good enough. It is good enough to take care of your job. It is good enough to take care of your society. It is good
Right.
enough to give quality time to your children. You cannot say I'm running short of time. If you are running short of time, do something. You have to do something, because it is you who have brought them on the earth.
Right.
It is your prime responsibility to cut your time short in office and spend time
Mhm.
with them. For the ladies who, okay, forget about working ladies, okay, they can say that we do not have time. What
Right.
about those ladies who are not working? Even they fail to give quality of time. So
Yeah.
what they can do is, when the child is off to the school, okay,
Mhm.
they can do all the household chores. They
Yeah.
can do all the meddling with mobiles, multimedia, when the child is away. As soon as the child is coming, they should
Mhm.
keep everything ready. The food should be ready, the house should be clean, and they should give time to them. This
Right.
is about how you are giving your time to them. Okay, what I have seen is, when the child comes from the school, as soon as they come, they
Immediately.
give them a glass of milk
Yeah.
and send them to tuition. That is also very unhealthy practice that
Right.
mothers are doing. Just they are washing their hands from their responsibility.
Mhm.
But a child of first grade need tuition. They do not need it. Okay. So
Mhm.
instead of sending them to the tuition, you make them study at home,
Right.
because that level of learning, even you might have learned everything. Otherwise, what you can do is, you learn yourself, then
Mhm.
teach them. This way, you will be growing together with your child. Okay. And if at all the father is earning good, let mother leave up the job, or take the job, part-time job, and give quality time to
Right.
the children. Okay, there are so many methods where you cannot say that this is, we are lacking in time, because it is your prime responsibility to give them time. Okay,
Right.
you have to work on it. Okay, keeping the devices away from them is a very, very, very difficult task. It is the there are so many solutions if I talk about, but it is
Mhm.
easier said than done. Unless you have that in your mind, you will not do. First of all, parents should get away with that habit of spending time, weighing
Mhm.
away their time with multimedia and all. They
Right.
cannot teach their children. If they have their mobile, they will be doing like this and asking them to do their work. It will not help. First of all, creating an atmosphere at home, creating the atmosphere of learning at home is very important.
Right.
When they are sitting with books, you do sit with books, reading something. Okay,
Right.
if you are asking them, you are making them, forcing them to sit with books, and you are busy with some other things, that will
Mhm.
not mind. Okay, this will not work. Creating an atmosphere is very important. When they are learning, you do learn. Okay, at least you do read newspaper when they are doing their homework.
Mhm.
That atmosphere should be created first by
Yes.
the parents, and it is their prime responsibility. They cannot give excuses, because if we fail as a parent, we are failing in basic, the very purpose of our existence. Since
Right.
we give birth to our children, we do not think of anything else. Our world revolves around it. That is the importance. Okay, if we
Mhm.
are failing in that thing, how can we contribute in other fields?
Right.
Okay, so there are many with, if I talk about it, it is one more discussion. It is the topic of
Absolutely.
one more discussion.
It's a huge,
But
huge topic. Yes.
no excuses will be accepted when it comes to upbringing of the children.
Right. True, very true, ma'am. I'm also a parent. You're also a parent, and I know you have done a fantastic job in grooming your son, your daughter, and I know your son is currently doing the BTech in one of the top institutions of the country, which is IISc, and then he had been to US recently to do the internship in the university,
Alhamdulillah.
University of California, right?
Purdue.
The
It is
University of
university.
Purdue, right? So I think I know he's a very aspiring individual, and I'm sure one day he'll become a scientist, no doubt about it. So I know I also spoke to him. So thank you so much,
Inshallah.
and I'm
Inshallah.
sure you have been doing a great job, especially as a student,
God blessing. God
as a
blessing.
parent, and I'm sure you have empowered thousands of students to build their dream, and then you have been guiding, you have been coaching, mentoring, and doing a great job there. I know it's a responsibility of every individual in the country as well, and as a citizen. So let's talk about the citizens. You are a citizen of the country. I am a citizen of the country, and people who are listening to this podcast, they are also the citizens of the country. And I'm sure and confident every citizen of the country has some kind of a role to play, a very important role to play in a positive way. And every citizen of the country has to contribute back to the society, to the communities, and to the nation. And according to you, what is your message to the citizen of the country, and what do you think they need to contribute back to the society, community, and the nation?
See, we have been reading this like a human being is a social animal, right?
Yes.
Whatever I am in the position today, society's contribution is there. Okay, you cannot go away with this fact. It is inevitable that you are achieving the great heights without society contribution. If I
Right.
have become postgraduate, there were institute who was giving the courses, who were teachers who were teaching me. Okay,
Mhm.
my parents have put their money, they have put their energy, and they have inspired me to do. So I am nothing without the society, right? When we have taken so much blessings, so much bounties from the society, it is our duty to give them back, right? See, if the individual is good enough, is earning good enough, it is blessed with the earnings that is helping them to keep their family well,
Right.
to keep themselves well. It is helping, your earning is helping you to save a little amount for your future. Even
Mhm.
after that, if you have saved a little more than the society have shared in it. Okay.
Right.
So because you are earning more because of society. Okay.
Right.
The society has undoubted share. You cannot deny with this fact. And that share you have to give back to the society. And
Right.
this is we if you are an engineer, right, they may be only 1% when we compare to the total population of country. Maybe 1 or 2% of Indian population is engineers, right? So what made you so special that God has given you that blessing? Right, nothing, nothing. You are just like other individuals. So it is only the grace and your own hard work, no doubt about it. But
Mhm.
almighty grace is there, so that he
Yes.
has chosen us.
Mhm.
He has not put us in those 98%,
Right.
right? So this is the gratitude we have to give. So there are two way of giving the gratitude. As
Mhm.
just you are saying, Shukar hai Allah tera,
Yes.
right? Orally you are saying.
Mhm.
Then the other way of saying is giving back to his creations,
Right.
right? Giving something back to the creation of your creator, to your giver, giver
Mhm.
of your bounties. So that is the only way you can preserve his bounties on you,
Mhm.
right? You want to sustain this prosperity in your life, you have to give this to other.
Right.
Okay, so this is the contribution you need to have to your society, because without them you cannot grow or you cannot sustain your prosperity.
Right.
Like if I put it like, if there is a fire in your neighborhood,
Mm-hmm.
so it is your duty to put it off. Otherwise, those flame will attack your house. Okay,
Absolutely.
you will get into the effect of the fire. Your family members will get affected. So, whenever you are seeing some vices in
Mm-hmm.
the society, it is your responsibility to stop it, to
Right.
create the awareness among the members of the society. So, in future, your children are not getting affected with it.
Right.
If you want to be selfish, you can see that if they are doing, one day my child can also do that. So, it is my responsibility to stop it,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then it is not only money you need to spend to contribute to the society. That is the wrong notion the people are carrying with them.
Right.
You can contribute to society with your money, of course. Okay, you can just have the keen watch on what is going on. Is it right or wrong? How can you stop? It is just a mindset. That's the figure you have
Right.
for your community.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that if you, once you have that mindset, you will work on it, and you can give your time to the society. It's not only you, money. What I am saying is, if you have given been privileged enough to have good wealth with you, you can establish an institute, you can generate employment. But
Right.
even if you are not happy, you are not having that, you can contribute in many others way. Just you have to talk about it. uh, you have to work on it, how well you can contribute. Just you need to have that from your heart, that
Right.
I have been taken so much, I have to give.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if you have that mindset, you will definitely do it.
Right.
Like, when, see, all the individual are answerable to almighty. When the day will come when you have to face your almighty, that day you can humbly say that I have acquired knowledge, I have shared knowledge, I have given some benefit to the society. So that you
Mm-hmm.
only said one day that you will pass with 35 marks
Right.
in front of your almighty. Give me
Right.
35 marks so that I can go to Jannah.
Yeah.
Okay, the small efforts make a
Mm-hmm.
long way, right? If we are educated, if we are individual who can inspire, so we have to inspire others. We have to make this world a little
Right.
better place to live in. Okay, some life we have to improve.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can sponsor education of a child,
Right.
1 year fee. You can reduce your extravagant expenses. You can just sponsor one child, or you can just give them free classes, motivating them like what you have been doing. Me, and I accept your efforts as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I think lot has been said that our community is lagging behind so many things. People keep speaking about it. This is the high time we start working. So two
Right.
questions we have to ask to ourselves: if we are not bringing change, who will bring? If we are
Yes.
not doing now, when we will
Right.
do? Okay. If not now, when? If not we, who? So instead of talking, skip
Mm-hmm.
the things doing.
Action is required, right? So we need to take
Action
the
is
right
required.
action, and then I think every action brings some kind of a change, and that change has to be positive. So we have to do whatever we do when it comes to contributing to the society, communities, and the nation. We always need to have that kind of a positive thinking, and then the outcome should be always positive. That kind of impacts people's lives positively, adds value in people's lives, and then enhances the quality of the individuals in the society and the nation. So I think it was a fantastic discussion on multiple things today, ma'am. So thank you so much for your valuable time. I think I'm sure and confident people who will watch this podcast, no doubt they will get a chance to learn a lot of new things, and then I'm sure they will try and apply the learnings in their life. It can be a student, it can be a teacher, a parent, or anybody who is the citizen of not just the country, but of course, we are a global citizen now in the 21st century.
Yes,
Hopefully, people
yes,
watching
yes.
around the globe as well, they will try and learn something new and then go back in their personal life, professional life, and then try to strive to thrive and then start adding value to people's lives and then become a true global citizen. So once again, thank you so much for your time, ma'am. Hopefully, we will meet next time. Till then, take care.
Inshallah,
Stay safe.
inshallah. Thank you, Wasim, for
Thank you.
having me. Thank you.
Bye, ma'am.